10 lives lost and dozens more changed forever. A regional community and the nation searches for answers tonight after a journey home from a wedding ended in one of the deadliest road accidents in our history. A bus full of guests rolled near Greta in the Hunter Valley late last night. The 58-year-old behind the wheel was not drunk but was said to have been driving erratically. He is in police custody and will be charged. We have reporters right across this devastating story tonight. We begin with Taylor Ryan.
Even through heavy fog, it was clear to the first on scene this was a mass casualty event.
Major incident declared. We have a bus rollover, multiple patients.
A bus lying on its side, 10 dead, 25 injured, some critically.
We have multiple red and orange label patients at this stage. I need all resources allocated to continue. I'm still trying to work out exactly how many patients I have here.
Choppers were brought in, flying 2 to Sydney's RPA, others taken by road to 4 hospitals across the region. A cruel, unimaginable, devastating end to what should have been a young couple's happiest day.
And all I can breathe is your life.
The wedding of Mitchell and Maddie, a Victorian couple who'd moved to Singleton in 2017. They'd chosen a nearby winery, the Wandin Valley Estate, to celebrate their marriage with family and friends. The overjoyed celebrant posting a video of the bride's wedding car, a restored 1957 Beetle, just after the ceremony.
Mitch and Madeline got off and drove back to the pavilion in it. It was so cute.
They are some of the happiest times that you can have. For a joyous day like that in a beautiful place to end with such terrible loss of life and injury is so cruel and so sad and so unfair.
The coach had been hired to take some guests from the wedding's reception at the winery to their accommodation in nearby Singleton, overturning as it attempted to take the slip road from the Wine Country Drive roundabout, leading to the region's main highway.
Of those who are deceased, we certainly have a list of people who we're still trying to account for.
Desperate family and friends are being told to contact the Cessnock police station to help with identification. It's the same station where the 58-year-old bus driver, who was unharmed, has been taken for questioning.
There's sufficient information for us to establish that there will be charges, but I won't go into the detail about those at this time.
While this investigation is still in its early stages, there is a heavy focus on working out exactly how many of those on board were wearing their seatbelts when the crash occurred. The high death toll has left many wondering how many guests weren't safely strapped in.
The coroner will have to look at that, and ultimately the driver will have to think about that for the rest of his life.
Statements being taken from survivors, some who climbed out of the crash and ran to safety, will now be critical to the investigation.
The mental scars of this will not go away. They are there forever, and we need to make sure that when the spotlight leaves, the care doesn't.
At the venue today, shock as staff worked to help those who'd stayed.
Terrible day. Yeah. Tragic.
Both the Premier and the Prime Minister have paid tribute to the work of emergency services. Some were today left with the horrific task of retrieving victims still trapped under the wreckage.
Those who arrived at this terrible scene, I cannot imagine what they were confronted with, what they had to deal with.
It's a pain and a grief that's shared as a new family, a community and the entire country try to come to terms with our single biggest loss of life in a road crash in 3 decades.
This has been a terrible, terrible event in the history of New South Wales, and I think today is a day to hug someone that you love and remember how precious life is.
And Taylor Ryan is at the crash scene tonight. Taylor, how much more do we know about the man behind the wheel?
Hugh, we know he is a 58-year-old local man, and right now he remains at Cessnock Police Station, where he's been assisting police with their inquiries all day. And as we go to air right now, he is in the process of being charged over this fatal crash. Now, the driver himself was not injured when the bus rolled, and police have indicated that at this stage they do not believe alcohol was a factor. However, they have spoken to a number of witnesses and even some of the survivors of this crash, and it is their accounts of what happened that led them to make this arrest. Now, there is still plenty of police work to do here, Hugh, but as I mentioned, as we go to air tonight, this driver is in the process of being charged, and as soon as we have the details of the charges that he's facing, we will bring those to you later in the bulletin.
OK, Taylor, thank you.